Hello?
We're here
Hello?
for a very special occasion.
Hello?
How's the rest of that? What?
Okay, first of all, is this rain effect going to be...
This rain effect is coming from the computer.
And it's not going to be in the
It's
recording.
not going to be in the recording.
Is it going to be in my ears the whole time we record?
Do you want me to stop it?
Badly.
Badly, yes?
Badly, yes. Please stop it. Oh, thank God.
Wow, it's quiet in here.
Yeah, now I can fucking concentrate. And now it's time.
Are you playing music from your phone?
No, are you?
Is
it the health ghost?
Is it just our Google Home?
Oh, our Google ghost.
Hey Google, volume at max.
Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google! Shut the fuck up. Kind of worked. No.
Hey Google.
Hey Google.
I'm trying to get like an audio frequency that it's not blocked by.
This definitely can't be put in the podcast, right?
Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google. Google. Okay, Google. Stop. Hey. Okay, Google. Please stop.
But that was embarrassing. Very professional.
Pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down.
Oh. And then it goes, this right here is my pretty boy
phone.
I can't even remember any of the words from the actual song. This isn't going anywhere. I gotta get my docs open.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
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 We're right on time for this joke, right?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the phrase hello?
Have you ever heard the funny joke of the word hello? Oh shit, I already fucked it up. Of the word hello.
I've been hearing that word recently.
Yeah, recently, just today.
Yeah, I've just heard the word hello for the first time today. This will sound genuine to anyone listening to this like 20 years from now.
Well, that's true, yeah. Because we're going to have a lot of those people listening to our podcast 20 years from now. Hello and welcome to My Podcabbages. Ooh, synced. My name is Summer.
My name's Noah.
We're
Welcome back, listeners.
We're here after a nice little hiatus with our busy December traveling, holiday working schedules. And it's the new year.
It's the new year, and we finally have time to chill.
Do we?
We don't have anything to do.
We don't have anything to do except our favorite podcast.
Our favorite podcast.
Your favorite
Your
podcast.
favorite podcast.
Here's some fun facts about the episode today, which is called The Fortune Teller. Almost forgot that.
Okay.
The title card of this episode remains on screen for less time than any other episode title in the entire series.
They just wanted to get on with it.
Yeah, they're like, let's get this over with. This is another episode that not a big fan of.
Yeah, it's very shippy.
One of the common denominators of the episodes I'm not entirely interested in watching and rewatching. Almost all of the ones I don't like don't have any bending in them, or like any bending battles, really. Like no fighting.
Like no fighting sequences and stuff.
Yeah, there's...
Or if there is, it's just very, very minimal.
Yeah, and then what you said about it just being very coupley, relationshipy, weirdly.
Yeah.
It's also like super heteronormative, and I don't know, it's just...
Yeah, spoilers for the quality of Korra. People say that Korra is of as lesser quality and lesser writing quality, but I would say that it's the same as Avatar: The Last Airbender, if not better.
That's a good point.
They just focus on the things that they're worse at a little bit more. Like they do a lot of relationshipy shipping things.
I think also just like people watching Korra remember how much they loved Avatar. And of course they remember their favorite parts and they just kind of forget about the weird shit, like the kind of stuff that they talk about in this episode. So like immediately as they see things in Korra that they don't necessarily like that much, they're like, wow, this is not as good as Avatar, because they've completely forgotten.
Because you just remember the good things.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying.
Kind of like radio music. Remember the song Fireflies?
Barely. No, I do.
Remember Viva La Vida?
Why are we remembering radio songs?
Just because there was just a billion other like sort of bad songs on the radio. But those ones stood the test of time.
You're going to get some serious hate for saying Viva La Vida is a good song.
I'm going to...
I mean, I agree, but now we're both going to get some serious hate.
It is objectively, aesthetically nice song.
It's good is the thing. And you know what? Taste in music is subjective, so
God damn it, this is a Viva La Vida podcast now.
No.
Turn the tables, everyone.
I say this every single time, but the reason I like that song so much is because it was in a Death Note AMV that I was obsessed with in 9th grade. So.
Speaking of AMVs.
No, you don't need to blast.
Anime.
Oh.
This show looks like one.
Oh, God, I thought you were going to tell everyone that I've been watching like Persona AMVs.
You played yourself.
God damn it.
I was trying to protect you, but...
do you want to talk about this show that we have a podcast about?
The episode starts and a fish is jumping from the river.
Ooh, are we going to do a musical episode?
Yes. We're going to do a whole episode in rhyme, like that one episode of Danny Phantom.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Sokka is pissed about this fish. About this fist. Doesn't work.
I give up.
Abandoning this. So he goes to grab his... Wait, I should explain why he's pissed.
This fish is taunting him.
Yeah, I think Sokka's really hungry and he can't, like... They haven't had anything to eat in a while, and he sees this fish and he's like, oh, it's taunting me. So he goes to grab his fishing rod and, oh no, where's the fishing line gone? Aang took it because, quote, I didn't think you needed it.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to think about fishing line that's on a fishing pole. That's like set up to be used.
It's like taking like the chains off of someone's bike. It's like, oh, I didn't
think you needed those.
I made it into a really cool, badass, oily necklace.
But Aang's probably never been fishing in his life, so it's understandable. Yeah. He used the fishing line to make a necklace for Katara, and Sokka gives him like kind of a hard time about making jewelry instead of saving the world or whatever. And Aang's like, why can't I do both? Which is a big mood. That's good. It's a big mood. If I had a time turner, I would be doing pretty much everything. Just everything. Time is the only obstacle. I guess aging is also an obstacle. Like if I had unlimited time, I would still die.
Aang's only job isn't just to save the world. You gotta have hobbies.
You gotta have hobbies. It's what keeps you healthy in your brain.
Sokka throws his fishing pole.
You wanna try that again?
Sokka throws his fishing pole into the water at the fish as if it were like a spear.
Yeah.
Out of frustration.
And then Katara puts on the necklace that Aang made and asks Aang how she looks in it. And
Aang's like, whoa.
I get that little Aang cam.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Whoa, Katara, you're hung necka. Your hecka neck.
Aang is like, which parts? Sokka is teasing Aang for being in love, which now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I guess this is a spoiler for the later part of the episode, but Sokka clearly understands that Aang likes Katara, right? Unless like he's teasing him just.
Well, that was a little funny miscommunication thing later in the episode.
I know, but like, okay. Sure, whatever. But Katara's like, oh, no. She friend zones him. And she's like, he's just a good friend, a sweet little guy. Just like Momo. Love to be compared to a pet.
It's 100% factual.
It is. Yeah, it's true is the thing. And then meanwhile, nearby in the woods, someone is being attacked by a platypus bear. This gentleman looks like super chill about the whole thing.
Yeah, and Aang spots him and he's like, hey, that man is being attacked by a platypus bear.
The gang is like yelling hot tips and tricks, like bear hacks. Like, curl up into a ball or run downhill or whatever.
If it bites you, pee on the wound.
Insult its mother. Cosplay as a bigger bear.
That's the only thing I wrote down.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay.
Give him the old 1, 2, 1 fish, 2 fish.
I get it because it's a bear.
Show it pictures of its middle school art projects or something. What's something that's really scary? Sloths. I don't know, just sloths.
Sloth, I choose you.
Mitsuki voice, be the sloth. But this guy looks very relaxed. And Appa appears and scares an egg out of the bear because that's how that works.
Mm. I mean, it could it work like that?
There's a lot of reasons that it couldn't, in that platypus bears don't exist.
Whenever someone scares you, do you accidentally release an egg?
I think that's a very personal question.
I retract this question.
Sokka just takes this enormous, hot, freshly slimed egg and he's like, hell yeah, lunch.
Yeah.
Imagine not being vegan and this whetting your appetite.
Aang could technically eat this because he's vegetarian.
That's true. Anyway, this chill guy apparently just recently visited Aunt Wu.
Aunt who?
Aunt who?
Aunt
her?
Aunt Idaho's on second.
Oh, okay. Aunt Wu is a fortune teller in the nearby village, and this guy says that she predicted his day would be fine and he wouldn't die or whatever. So this guy's just kind of living by like big fish Ewan McGregor rules, I guess.
Yeah.
Just like, this isn't how I die.
Or spoilers for the original Death Note live action movies where L kills Kira, and then there's like a spin-off movie where because he killed him, because he somehow cut this out. Please, snip, 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 snip. No more Death Note references.
We can have as many Death Note references as we want. It's our podcast.
I'll take my beer and drink it.
Aunt Wu also gave this guy like a mysterious package to pass off to any strangers he met in his daily goings-ons. Katara's extremely interested in this whole thing, and Sokka is like kind of hosh-poshing it while Aang unwraps their little gift, which turns out to be an umbrella.
Suspicious.
Yeah, as soon as he opens it, it starts raining, of course, like right on cue with Sokka saying, fortune telling is nonsense. Katara makes Nil Sisirega Pokemon voice Katara.
Katara.
Katara makes a little airbending umbrella, which I love.
Airbending?
To see. Shit, let me start it over again. One more again. Katara makes a little waterbending umbrella, which I love to see. It's so adorable. But she like just gets right under the actual umbrella.
She just holds up her hand and she's got a little invisible umbrella.
It's so cute.
Yeah. I didn't get it the first time, but it's just like a small little good thing.
Yeah. Sokka is still putting down this whole thing, this fortune telling thing, ends up accidentally smashing the platypus bear on his egg somehow. I don't remember how this happened.
It started raining, so the egg started getting slippery, and he dropped the egg.
Well, and it was like already slimy to begin with because it was like freshly
That's
pooped.
True.
So.
Wait, you've collected eggs before. Are they slimy after they've been hatched?
Only for like 3 seconds, and then the slime literally turns into the protective coating that makes it like impossible to smash in your hand.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's really weird. You can like watch them harden like that.
It's kind of like it's like a chemical reaction to like air.
I guess
even
so.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Even maybe? I
have had a lot of chicken experience actually, but I never got any chicken science lessons. Sokka then tries to do the funny, watch, I'll predict the future now. It's going to continue to rain. And of course it just immediately stops. They make their way to the village where Aunt Who lives. And as they enter the town, there are some good little geese boys making some fantastic noises. Probably the peak moment of the episode if I had to decide.
They're making like Star Wars alien sounds.
Blah, blah, blah. You're doing that much better than I did. Okay, I think that's enough. I think they get it.
Yeah.
Right away, some guy's like, Aunt Wu is expecting you. And they're greeted inside this little, it looks like it's just a little house, little building.
Did we mention that this village has a giant mountain on top?
There is a mountain, yes.
There's a big mountain.
Yeah, that'll come up later, probably. They're greeted inside by Aunt Wu's assistant, Mang, who is very excited that her name rhymes with Aang, as she should be. But she also seems just to be very excited about Aang in general. We get like a Mang cam like we had with Aang earlier about Katara. And it's kind of funny though, because she's like looking at Aang through these rose-colored glasses and he's just like slouching and like...
Yeah.
it is a comical little shot.
It's like how you see me.
That's true. It's sort of it's like the Agretzko, like the guy who's just like very kind of like normal looking, but he just looks like an anime prince. Mm-hmm. That sounded very mean. Noah, you do look, I'm pretty sure you just objectively look like an anime prince to everyone who's ever seen you. No, genuine. Like I was going to say, I've always hated this ridiculous like crush at first sight trope because it doesn't happen, but that's like literally what happened when I saw you.
Oh, thank you.
So Mythbusters voice confirmed.
Mang is focused on two details around Aang. Is that
big ears
and his name rhymes with hers.
Yeah.
And he's got ears?
Aang's
like, I guess I have ears. And Sokka's like, yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, he's like, oh, don't put yourself down. Or like, don't be, what did he say? Like, don't be modest. They're enormous. And I can't tell if it was like meant to be sarcastic or if he like genuinely, like if people in this universe just like big ears. Like, yeah, Ming's like, my, what big ears you have. Big Bad Wolf style. I guess that's like what Red Riding Hood says to the wolf.
We could throw in ears in there. No one will notice.
Yeah, I can't do this metaphor. It doesn't really work. And then she's really laying the icing on thick, like dropping hints like bricks that she likes his shtick and thinks he's slick. I thought we were rhyming. What, you haven't been rhyming this whole time?
I just don't like the word picture that you painted.
I think it's rather beautiful. What word? Shtick?
Like brick, shtick, and slick.
I think it's...
I don't like these words.
Oh, well, to each his own. I was trying to think of a word that rhymes with own and I couldn't come up with anything at all. Now, put down your phone. Now, pick up. Now, go home.
Sokka lays an epic burn.
He lays an epic burn.
I'm
not sure that one
Sokka
works.
Lays an epic burn onto this fortune-telling house, and he calls it the House of Nonsense.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty insulting.
Yeah, that's very insulting. The House of Nonsense.
Ming goes to get some bean curd puffs, which sound truly terrible.
Isn't that technically what mochi is?
Bean.
What's a curd?
Okay, first of all, mochi is rice.
What's
so
a curd?
It's not beans.
The beans are inside the mochi.
Curd is literally short for curdle. These sound like bad. I think they're like, it's like dried poutine. Actually, I don't know. Like, is it dried? Look kind of like soft sort of tofu texture. We'll never know unless you can get it in real life, in which case I still won't know because I'll never get it. Katara and Sokka keep arguing back and forth on the fortune-telling thing. It very much reminds me of like guys shitting on astrology for no reason other than to like assert themselves in some weird way. Katara is like, relax, no one's getting hurt here. We're just trying to enjoy some magic for 2 seconds. Like, I can't personally speak for other minorities or like oppressed groups, but I feel like women are like definitely, we're often very drawn to like the supernatural magic witchy scene because it's like a way for us to allow ourselves a little extra power. And everyone should just fucking relax about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's so easy to relax sometimes.
I just mainly hate astrology because I'm an Aries and it...
This comes up every time. The fact that...
I feel like that I'm missing out.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. The fact that you're the only one that doesn't fit the criteria just means you're the chosen one.
I am the chosen one.
So
I'm all the horoscopes combined.
Yeah, you can swap your persona out. You're not stuck with one.
I have a royal arminger of...
I'm sorry, what? Give me that noun again.
I am a royal arminger. Arminger. How do you pronounce?
I'll let that slide.
Hang on. Armin.
I honestly don't even know what word you're going for. Do you mean like a harbinger?
Armiger? Armiger?
Welcome to SAT Words Hour with Noah, who failed English like several times.
Armiger.
Armiger? Can you hit me with the definition of the word armiger? Arminger? Armager?
I already forgot how to pronounce it. Define armiger.
Here's the definition of armiger. A person entitled to heraldic arms.
Okay, sorry. What was the definition? I was just laughing so hard.
A person entitled to heraldic arms.
Heraldic?
Heraldic.
Oh my God. Can you believe we're native English speakers?
I got all of the horoscopes. They're all mine.
Okay,
we can end this
we
now.
are moving on. Anyway, Sokka absolutely does not get it, but he still does have some, like, I guess, useful tips and pointers later, relying purely on that spiritual kind of faith, I guess. A mystery lady comes out of Aunt Wu's room and tells Mang about Chekhov's rare panda lily. She also points out Aang and his big ears because Aunt Wu apparently predicted Mang would marry someone with big ears, so mystery solved. Aunt Wu appears in the little waiting area and she seems nice. Yeah,
she seems very nice.
She's like, okay, who's next? And there's a little moment of animation here that was so fucking good. It's kind of like an overhead shot of the three kids sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
Aang is in the middle. Aang's looking at Sokka, and then the camera pans following Aang's head as he turns it really, like, dramatically to Katara.
Yeah.
Sort of like a little slow swoop.
Yeah, this is something that they could have easily animated in, like...
Yeah, I was going to say...
3 frames or something, just, like, turn his head. But
yeah, it looks like I watched it a few times just to sort of see if I could count, and it does look like they did this with, like, fucking 30 frames when they usually use, like, 2 max to turn someone's head. Mm-hmm. It's so great.
It does look like rotoscoped. Is that what it is? When you draw...
We can't keep doing this is not the vocabulary episode. Katara volunteers to go first. Aang expresses, like, cautious interest in knowing what they're talking about in there because he does have a crush on Katara. A crush Tara, if you will.
Kush Tara.
Ooh.
Katara smoke weed?
Nice. I know it's like the Lucas warmest take at this point, but the Aang Katara relationship just does not. It bores me, unfortunately. It's just a very high school kind of romance situation. Like I'm happy for you, but I'm not on the edge of my seat here.
Like, they certainly are standing next to each other.
Yeah, they sure do hang out a lot, I guess.
They certainly have a common goal.
They
certainly have a common goal.
It's healthy, though. That's the important thing. Sokka is, again, being very dismissive about the thing, but Aang wants to hear what Wu is predicting about Katara's love life. So he sneaks off to use the bathroom, and he just eavesdrops on them. And Katara is telling Wu about her special seaweed lotion, so I guess that wasn't just a bullshit thing someone in the forums was asking about earlier. I guess she does have a special seaweed lotion.
She does have it. And
she must have a lot of it.
True.
She's brought it all the way.
She probably...
Maybe she has like a Curology subscription. They just send it to her.
They track her down wherever she is.
Wu predicts great romance for Katara. And says that she will marry a very powerful bender. Katara is very excited about this. I mean, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
I sure would be. Aang hears this, like, through the wall and immediately relaxes like he's the only fucking powerful bender in the world. Yeah. He does one of my all-time favorite soft tropes where he's, like, celebrating as quietly as possible. So he's, like, in this hallway right outside the fortune teller's room. Which is like made out of these extremely thin shoji walls, and he jumps around a little bit.
The walls are literally made out of paper.
Yeah, they're paper walls. But he's like kind of jumping around and just like softening his landings with airbending. It's so cute.
Yeah.
But he looks like $1,000,000 returning to the waiting room. And Sokka is chilling, also just pretty happy, having just eaten this huge thing of bean curd puffs by himself. And he just like entirely, unironically, like totally genuinely, he's like, looks like someone had a pretty good bathroom break.
Speaking of bathroom break.
Oh, how appropriate. The dramatic exit. God, such a drama queen.
We'll just cut out the part where it's just me completely blank.
I didn't say anything the whole time you were gone.
Well, why not?
I didn't have anything to say. I can't do the podcast without you, you dingus.
Aunt Wu comes in.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ant-Man. Ant-Man. I have no idea why. We've said Aunt Wu so many times. I'm sorry. Take that again.
Sokka's like, how's your bathroom break?
No, do you want to...
Aunt Wu.
Aunt who? Sorry. Okay.
Sokka's like, how's your bathroom break? Looks like you had a good time.
I totally lost my place in my doc. Sorry, I just realized, like, I just remembered Stephanie very excitedly seeing my Mimikyu charm and being like, oh, your Mimikyu charm, I gotta see it. And then she went to grab it and it's just Hello Kitty. I'm just now realizing how terrifying that must have been.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Aang is like, hell yeah, dude, when I was in there. And then Sokka just cuts him off. But I really want to know what Aang was going to say. Like, what was he going to say? I don't know. Maybe just make something up. Like, there was $1 million in the toilet. In the urinal? How do these...
I'm assuming he was just going to tell him the truth. Like, when I was in there, it said Katara would marry a powerful bender, which is going to be me. I have a crush on your sister, by the way.
Yeah, I guess he does, like, kind of admit it later, so it's not like he was...
He's weirdly open in this episode.
That is very true. I always think about, like, I watch shows where kids are, like, talking about their crushes in, like, elementary or middle school or whatever, and I'm like, this is fucking wild. I did not talk openly about people that I liked until I was 24 years old.
It does sound fake to me.
Like, do people do that? I find it hard to believe. Even like people I was dating, it's like I can't tell them that I like them.
Yeah, having crushes in like elementary school and like middle school and stuff, like I just didn't tell anyone.
I feel like the trope of, ooh, nice, very professional.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just sent you that text just to see. I'm just kidding. The trope of having a sleepover and talking about boys, I feel like for me was like, let's talk about which boys scare us.
Yeah, that's true.
It was never crushes.
Yeah.
That just did not happen.
Yeah, I do remember the first time in, I think, high school or something, I told someone about someone I had a crush on, and it was very weird.
The thing is...
It's like, this can't get out.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you're a kid, like... Kids
can't
keep secrets, though.
Yeah.
It will get out. You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So people, like kids who talk about crushes are braver than any U.S. Marine. Like, you know that shit's going to get around.
I was also just like afraid that people would just judge me on my taste. It was like, oh, you don't like the popular girls? You like this nerd?
How quirky.
Yeah.
Oh.
You like this quirky person?
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like thinking about being judged by the people that I like. That's weird.
Yeah.
Ugh. What?
Boys in middle school have extremely strong opinions on which girls are hot and which girls are not.
Oh, I know.
And
they let me know.
So it's like... So it's...
That's the thing. Like, you'll never tell a kid that you like them, but you will, like, boys did not hesitate to tell me, oh, no, you're not hot. You're just cute.
Yeah. So, like, even if I wanted to be open, I would be like, oh, I like this person. And I would just be afraid to be like, oh, this kid likes the ugly girl.
Oh, God.
No, this kid.
Imagine if people were good.
Imagine if we could just chill out for a little bit.
Pikachu, chill out?
Oh, my God. Pikachu, let's chill.
Pikachu, let's just chill sometime. Pikachu, let's hang out. Aunt Wu comes back out to collect a new contestant.
Wait, I said that wrong. It's like, let's chill Pikachu. Pokemon, let's chill Pikachu.
It's fine.
Whatever.
We have the game. We're true fans. We've shown monetary interest. Aunt Wu comes back out to collect a new contestant. Sokka gets up to volunteer, but Aunt Wu just shuts him down like, oh, you're no good, duck.
You're no good, Sokka.
And I don't need to look at your palms to see that you'll never be shit. You'll
never
just
be shit.
like your father.
You're not like your father, who's an honorable person.
Who's really cool and doing stuff, going places. She tells him that his life is going to be full of self-inflicted suffering, which I love.
Yeah.
And then does like confirm, I can just tell this by looking at you. Like, you don't need to come talk to me.
I just look at you and you're just a mess.
So Aang goes back with her instead.
Hey, really quick.
Yes.
You know those posts where it's like the Avatar gang in real life, and here's what they would look like in like modern fashion and clothes and stuff. And they all look really cool.
Okay.
I would just imagine Sokka in like some cargo shorts and like a Deadpool shirt.
Yeah, I think Sokka and Ryuji would get along really well.
Yeah. We need more representation of people with bad fashion.
No, we really, really don't. We don't. We really don't. We really don't. Especially not for guys. Please. We do not need those kinds of examples.
I think men have too good fashion right now. We need to step it down a little bit.
Whew, okay.
Men, my boys, listening to this. Hey, fellas.
Noah, I think you're on the high end of like good fashion, and I still think you have a long way to go.
I do. Look at that. I'm wearing a khaki cardigan with a light gray t-shirt.
It does work though for you.
Thank you.
And not to mention, we are just in the shelter of our own home.
Yeah.
No one's going to see. Like, we're just sitting here recording a podcast and you're wearing a button-up shirt. So like, you're miles ahead. Aunt Wu goes for some hardcore goth method for Aang for some reason, talking about bones and fire and stuff. It's
not
apparently
very vegetarian.
That's true, unless it's like just people or animals who've already died. Whatever, it's fine. It's apparently the most reliable method of fortune telling.
Okay.
So he takes one of these bones, throws it into her little fire pit, and Aunt Wu explains that she'll read the cracks that the heat makes. The bone essentially just incinerates in the fire. Aunt Wu loses her shit.
Yeah.
She's like looking around frantically at all the little tiny bits and pieces scattered around the room after the bone fully explodes. She's like gesticulating madly, telling him that he'll be involved in an awesome conflict between good and evil. And meanwhile, Aang just looks super bummed because he already knew all this.
Yeah. He's like,
he was just hoping to hear some love life
yeah.
stuff.
He was like, yeah, but will I get girlfriend?
But girlfriend?
But girlfriend?
Aunt Wu is like, nah, bud. There's not enough room on this bone for love stuff. It's epic world, life and death, destiny shit all the way down. And Aang looks seriously like he's about to cry. So Wu picks up a little bone shard and reads it like it's a fortune from a fortune cookie. And it says, trust your heart and you will be the one. Shit. Nope. You will be the one you love. Trust your heart and you will be with the one that you love. This satiates Aang. The word satiate always makes me think of Neopets. Satiated. They leave the House of Fortunes. And Sokka is continuing to throw his tantrum about astrology. And Katara is like, you're just upset because your life is going to be full of self-inflicted misery. And Sokka's like, no, I'm happy and my life is great and fun and peaceful. And he's like screaming and he looks very upset. And it's extremely hilariously ironic. I meant that to sound funnier than it came out. You can just apply that to everything I say ever.
His skepticism would be like fine in the normal real world, but like if there's literal magic,
I don't know, because like it's still just like just let it go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of annoying.
I mean, like he shouldn't be so annoying about it, but like there's actual magic in the world and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's so insistent that it doesn't exist.
I digress. I still go back to every time I think about magic and shit that people can't explain or whatever. We still have things in our universe that could technically be described as magic, but we're just so used to them.
Yeah.
That
like magnets.
Yeah, like magnets. That's like the go-to. Magnets, gravity. There's no reason for us to not think of it as magic because we don't really understand how it works.
Yeah.
Which is just how bending and like spiritual stuff in their world is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just kind of works like that.
Because that's just what science is just
everything that we can see and observe and record.
Things that exist are things that happen.
Anything that exists and does and goes and is, that's science.
That's what it is. It's happening.
But Sokka kicks something out of frustration, like a little rock, and it just bounces back off a sign and hits him, which just extremely tracks with real life people who hate fun for no reason. Everyone is out in the town square sky gazing, and Katara asks what's up. And someone tells her Aunt Wu will be coming out to give them some village-related predictions, including, but not limited to, whether or not the town will be destroyed by the volcano looming ominously in the distance. That I did not see. Like, you pointed it out at the beginning of the episode, but personally watching the episode, I feel like I didn't see or like really notice it until just now for some reason. And I feel like the gang already should have been worried, or at least like aware of this huge smonking volcano before now. But here we are, I guess.
It's like a giant person like holding a gun at the town and being like, we will find out this year if this person will shoot us or not.
Oh no, it's true. But Aunt Wu apparently reads the clouds for these predictions. Ming tries to seduce Aang with her own predictions like, oh, baby, doesn't that cloud look like a flower? And Aang just kind of shrugs her off and tries to seduce Katara with the same information.
It was like, Katara, doesn't that cloud look like a flower? And then Katara's like, I guess. And she pushes Aang away and she says to Zuko, hey, Zuko, that cloud looks like a flower.
No.
Right?
Wait, what?
And then Zuko's like,
Katara doesn't
guess.
like Zuko anyway. It's fine.
And then he pushes Katara's side and he's like, hey, Dad, that looks like the Avatar.
No.
Wouldn't you think? And then the Fire Lord says, Zuko, you're dead to me.
No, that joke went a little dark at the end and throughout. Okay, but like I said, shrugs her off, and that's putting it a little lightly because he really does just shove, like Aang totally shoves Ming completely out of frame. Mm-hmm. And I hate that I laughed at it. Like she kind of like screams a little bit like, whoa. Yeah.
Hey, Summer.
Yes.
I don't mean to Mike explain to you, but I found out the best way is to like have it flat on so it's not popping.
You ever been mansplained by your own husband?
That's like what most marriages are, right?
Do you want to be like most marriages?
I'm not like most husbands. I'm a little different.
We cannot include this.
Okay.
Aunt Wu comes out and takes a deep breath, and the camera cuts to the sky, and we see a long, this cloud is shaped like a dick is the thing. Wu is like, ah, yes,
the
dick, bending arrow, big, soft, round arrow cloud.
Big arrow cloud. Your crops, your crops will be well fertilized.
Yeah, the fact that the cloud shape predicts good crops, e.g., fertile soil or whatever. I mean, there's no way this is a coincidence, right? Like,
yeah, arrow shape.
She says, good crops this year, nice big harvest.
Thanks, eggplant-shaped cloud.
It's the eggplant emoji specifically.
It's purple and green and everything.
There's also a cloud that's good for twins, I guess.
She literally calls it wavy moon shape.
I love, like, I just have to imagine there was one designer just kind of drawing weird cloud shapes and then another one like, this doesn't look like anything.
Like she's got a little book that she's referencing, and I'm assuming that these pictures don't have any labels on them. It's like, oh, this one's a wavy moon shape looking one.
Then she sees the little nubby cloud that means village safe. And while the crowd is cheering, Aang almost tells Katara his feelings for her, but he doesn't. Thank God, way too early, bad timing. And then Katara runs back to Wu's place for another reading of her love life, and I am literally dying. This episode is so boring. Oops, I said it.
Whoops.
Oops, all boring. Sokka goes on a little rampage around town, putting up no fun allowed signs.
Yeah.
Just asking people about predictions and telling them why the logic doesn't check out or whatever. Mm-hmm. God, on the first few watches...
He's telling everyone that facts don't care about their feelings.
Yeah. On the first few watches of this episode, I did feel very on Sokka's side because, like, you know, I mean, yeah, he's right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just objectively correct or whatever. But, like, at this point, he's just so incredibly, very fucking annoying to me now, like this.
Yeah.
And the geese from earlier agree with me because one of them just attacks him.
Yeah.
Aunt Wu is also really feeling it after reading Katara's palms all day, and she eventually just starts giving random answers. But Katara is really just eating it all up. Aang tries to get some relationship advice from Sokka for some reason. This is the worst idea Aang has ever had. Love life.
Hey, Sokka.
Who would be good at that?
You're a masculine person. So you're good with the ladies automatically.
Okay. Sokka sees Mang stalking them from a distance and assumes this is all about her. And as expected, Sokka gives some absolute Olympic gold medal shitty relationship advice by first calling himself and Aang nice guys, literally, and then says that the biggest problem that they have is that they are, quote, too nice. It's pretty bad. So
like cargo shorts, a Deadpool t-shirt, cargo shirts, a Deadpool t-shirt, and a fedora.
I'm surprised you didn't include that to begin with.
What's the fedora of 2019?
That is a great question. Let me give it some thought. The thing is, I'm not on the teen scene.
I'm thinking about like newsboy caps, maybe.
Cowboy hats. TikTok. That's the only thing I know about teens is TikTok and Fortnite. That's literally, I'm not joking.
I literally imagine every single teen as like that one kid who does the dances while smiling with the brightly colored jacket and the rad sunglasses.
I'm so fucking old now, but like...
They're just constantly doing Fortnite dances. They can't even walk. They just Fortnite dance everywhere.
And
that's their mode of
if that had been my teenage experience, it would have been a lot better. So like, good on you. Like, you just keep it up. That's fine. But I don't. I have no idea what their fedora would be.
Being a teenager was emotionally exhausting, but now it just looks physically exhausting.
I don't know. It's probably very much more so.
A lot of
emotionally
these teens
exhausting.
Are moving so quickly.
I'm genuinely
they're moving around a lot.
Give me 10 seconds so that I can like actually try to think of a fedora. Do teens wear hats? Do teens
not anymore.
Wear hats?
Their hair's too cool now.
Did you just say a sentence in English?
Probably not anymore. Their hair is too cool now.
I guess that one hairstyle with the where it just goes up.
Oh yeah,
that one. That's the new fedora is that hairstyle.
The buzz cuts on the sides and like the hair that just goes straight up Jimmy Neutron.
So Sokka tried to give Aang this advice to like act cold and aloof or whatever. And we then see Aang testing this out outside Wu's place. It looks
like a bad boy.
Fucking ridiculous. He looks ridiculous. I mean, he does look cool, but he also looks ridiculous. And then a goose shows up and does a quack, a honk. I never noticed these geese until this most recent watch through. They're kind of like that little snail in Adventure Time.
I'm going to say the thing about Aang. He's shaped like a baby. He looks like a baby. He's a baby person, and that's why he's not taken seriously.
I don't know about that.
He looks like that he's dressed in like baby clothes.
He
like that little onesie that you give them, and they like that's all soft and comfortable, and he's literally bald.
This take. I feel like that's the only thing that he has in common with a baby is the bald part.
He's bald and he's wearing like extremely soft, non-threatening clothes that's comfortable for him to move around him when he can thrash his little arms.
Hey, so would you say I'm shaped like a baby?
Yes, you are.
I'm wearing soft clothes.
Listen, if Aang had like a cool leather jacket and hair, then he would be like, ooh, that's a cool kid.
I don't like this take.
I'm not even throwing takes that I agree with. I'm just throwing any take out there.
You just take what you can get. Aang continues to follow Katara around, performing various cool guy poses. He does say the very funny vegetarian line of, oh, you know me, I don't really care what I eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, the aloof thing isn't working. So he sees a girl nearby get really excited about getting Chekhov's rare panda lily from her lover, asks where he can get one. And we cut to him dragging Sokka up the side of a fucking volcano because you know how you can just climb a mountain in like 10 minutes?
Yeah. I love how Aang follows Sokka's advice for probably about like 40 seconds.
He gave up so fast, as he should.
I'm just gonna be romantic.
They reach the rim. Well, he says specifically that like Aunt Wu told him to follow his heart, and he was like, "This is not me, and I'm gonna just go try to find this fiery flower, this fire flower."
Fire flower.
So they reach the rim of the volcano, and there's all these little pretty flowers. Oh, but also, what's that? Lava. Aunt Wu was wrong about the volcano, apparently. So they fly back down to the village on Aang's glider. I have to stress, like, the sun is still up.
Mm-hmm.
They made it all the way up this mountain and back down in like literally like 10 minutes.
Maybe it's like a trick in perspective. Maybe this.
I
Maybe
don't know
it's
if volcanoes work like that.
maybe the volcano is not actually that big.
I don't know if volcanoes work like that. Maybe you know what? I don't know anything about geology.
It could be like the Hogwarts castle at Universal Studios. How it looks big, but it's actually tiny. Perspective.
But doesn't a volcano have to be big?
I don't know why you think it has to be big.
I guess I don't either. That's why I'm saying I don't know anything about geology.
There's all these records about the biggest volcanoes, but I want to know what the world's smallest volcano is.
Yeah, what's the world's smallest volcano?
That would be adorable. I want one.
So they run into Katara, who is trying to forcefully break and enter her way into Aunt Wu's home because Aunt Wu won't read her fortune anymore. They try to warn her about the volcano. She's about to not believe them, but the top of the volcano explodes.
Katara's also like, I'm furious that she won't give me back.
Oh,
she
yeah.
won't let me back in with all the unpaid business that
she's like, I've given her so much business, but she does these for free. Well, still.
I'm paying her so much in exposure.
Yeah, so the top of the volcano kind of blows, sort of, like lightly explodes. And there's like some smoke and the ground shakes and all that good stuff. So they run into the center of the village and they try to warn everyone, but no one will listen, of course, because Sokka just ran around all day dumping on Aunt Wu's ideas.
Yeah.
So a woman calls him Mr. Science and Reason Lover, which is moderately funny.
Mr. Science and Reason Lover.
Katara and Aang both try to step in and convince them, but they have way too much faith in Aunt Wu, and it's just not working. The volcano continues exploding and shaking, and Sokka is anxiety vibrating at a frequency that is almost rendering him invisible to the human eye. He's like, can your magic fortunes explain the eruption that is happening right in front of you? And someone's like, can your science explain why it rains? And Sokka just fucking digs his own grave in the middle of the square and gets in and dies instantly.
Owned.
Owned.
Checkmate, atheists.
So Aang comes up with a genius plan. They steal Aunt Wu's cloud book inside Wu's place, where Aang has kind of a sweet, if heteronormative moment with Mang. She's like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
The thing about the cloud book, they say that Aunt Wu's been here for 20 years. I feel like that she should have like this whole book like memorized by now.
I don't know, because there's lots of different clouds. It's a pretty big book. Maybe it only ever goes to the same one cloud.
20 years, though.
Maybe
it's her whole profession.
Just the dick cloud every year, and it's like, that's the only page she ever has to go to.
Could be.
Yeah, so in Aunt Wu's place, Ming is like, oh, you don't like me, do you? And Aang's like, I think you're great. And she's like, no, not like the way I like you. And he's like, oh, I guess not. And then... yeah, there's just like a sweet little acceptance and then just kind of like a regret. Like, it hurts, but I get it. I'm moving on. Hey, did I mention that Meng is voiced by the voice actress who plays Toph?
It's very, like, I did not notice at all.
It's
until
wild.
Like the very last time that I watched it. It was like, oh, that's Toph.
I'm not sure if they like pitched her voice up or
I feel like that she's just like, I feel like that it's just acting.
That, or she also could have just been younger. I don't even know how old this actress is. So
yeah, I feel like she plays Toph a little tougher or something. Her voice, it does
Toph,
feel
more like tough.
It does feel like a difference in acting than like
could be
maturity or something. Yeah, it's very weird how I just can't recognize voices.
So Aang and Katara fly up into the clouds and they just bend the clouds into the shape that means volcanic doom.
Yeah. And then Sokka, he's on the ground and he finds Aunt Wu and he's like, look, in the clouds. And Wu's like, oh my. They see in the sky, it's a cloud that's shaped like a very spooky skull. And under the skull, it says, oh shit. And there's like an arrow pointing directly at the volcano.
And then there's like another guy over in the distance who's like, he's got both of his hands like out towards, like stretched towards the volcano. And he's like, are you seeing this shit? And
then there's like a circle of clouds like around the volcano. And there's another arrow pointing at it. And it says, it's going to explode. This is convincing to everyone.
Finally, everyone is starting to take the volcano situation a little seriously. So they make a plan to dig a big trench where the lava can collect and be diverted. And this has to be like a fucking 80-hour day or something.
Yeah.
Because we cut to them digging out this trench. It's fucking enormous.
I'm pretty
And the sun is still not, it's like not completely set. I mean, it could just be the light from the volcano, but there is still a little bit of light in the sky, which like, how? Maybe it's just living where we live and we only get like 4 hours of daylight a day. It's completely unrealistic. But
yeah, I feel like most of this trench work is done by the earthbenders in the town.
So there's a really funny shot of some people with shovels just picking up dirt and putting it
like
back down. Like basically right where it was.
Yeah. Just picking up dirt and putting it back down with a shovel pretty much.
So funny. I don't know how any animator could have done this and thought, this checks out.
Yeah.
Everyone evacuates and the lava spills down, melting little stone archways and Daruma along the way. And the gang stands right on the edge of the trench as it fills up, which I guess I don't really know how lava works, but hot?
We're pretty hot.
How? The other thing is, it's like kind of going through trees and stuff too, and the trees are not catching on fire, which...
Even if I'm in the proximity of like just the normal ass bonfire, I was like, woo, that's really hot standing around
I'm pretty like I remember I mean, like you can see it's melting stone. So, I mean, that's literally what lava is it's
got to be really hot.
Yeah, it's extremely
just to be standing around
hot. And it like if nothing else should have set the trees on fire. So, oops. These people have no idea what lava is. It's just a goop, right? It's just goop. It's just a blob, right?
Red goop.
Beware of the blob. That's what that movie's about, right?
It's about lava. It was lava the whole time. Like Scooby-Doo, they took the mask off. It was just a blob of lava. Sorry.
I know I said the goose scene was my favorite scene of the episode, but this next part is a close second. So Katara realizes that the trench is going to overflow. There's boulders and shit like spewing out of the volcano. So she and Sokka start to run, but Aang steps up and yells, takes this enormous leap into the air.
He takes an 80-foot vertical leap.
Yeah. It essentially like grabs the entire air, just like the atmosphere of the planet as a whole. He just grabs it with both of his hands, whips it out at the lava, like forcing it up into the air. And then he takes a big breath and blows all of the lava out like fucking birthday candles.
Yeah.
It's really good. Also, describing that reminded me of that one scene from The Name of the Wind where Quoth is trying to solve one of Abenthy's puzzles about like knocking over a cart or something without touching it. And since he doesn't know the name of the wind yet, he just binds his lungs to the fucking atmosphere and almost dies. But yeah, Aang basically does that here and is successful somehow.
Probably uses maybe like a little bit of water bending to cooling down.
I don't know if that worked.
Like
where
ice
would he have
powers.
gotten the water?
I don't know. Just waterbenders can just cool things down. Isn't that
but
true?
I think it's with water specifically though.
Okay. There's probably no moisture in this air.
Sokka and Katara see this and they're like, holy shit. Sokka's like, I always forget what a powerful bender that kid is. And you see Katara sort of like light up like, oh, he is, isn't he?
As if it's like the most important, like the camera like circles around her as if it's like the most important moment of this episode.
This is clearly where like the Katara Aang ship has been solidified.
Yeah.
So later they give Wu her book back and Sokka's like, y'all need some checks and balances now so this doesn't happen again. And someone points out that Aunt Wu was technically right though, since the village wasn't destroyed. And Sokka just finds that grave he dug earlier and gets back in. They're flying off and saying goodbye, and the episode ends on this really weird, ominous note. Like literally, like the music drops and there's Mang just looking really upset, and she insults Katara, and it just cuts to credits. It's super weird.
She's like, "Thanks, bye," and then ... floozy.
And it's like the music like distorts, and it's really no, it's weird. It's very weird.
It's a weird ending.
I felt uncomfortable every time I watched it.
That's the episode.
What did you think of it overall? We've already discussed this. I just want to hear it again.
I'm just
roast this episode.
I liked the good parts and I didn't like the bad parts.
That's, you know
It's-
what? That's valid.
It was mostly, most of the parts were pretty bad, but I feel like there was a lot of good parts. I wouldn't discredit them.
Okay.
I feel like
That's the safest response that anyone could give to anything.
I feel like some of the jokes were good.
Some of them are bad.
There were some epic, cool moments
Okay.
that I liked. Overall, wasn't excited to watch this episode over and over again.
Extremely same hat. Just not great. There's that one. There are 2 scenes in this episode that, like, if you're gonna watch it, these are the only 2 scenes. They're checkpoints. They're little save points.
Yeah.
You got the goose scene as they're entering the village,
Mhm.
and then the very good Name of the Wind air scene.
Yeah.
Air bending
Mhm.
at the end. Whew, I just had my first Bagua lesson today for the first time in fucking so long since my little winter break. And I can say confidently that Bagua is a very difficult thing to do.
It
So,
is, especially jumping that high.
Yeah, so I definitely, I can't jump quite that high yet, but today we did get to about a 12, 13 foot vertical leap, and I do anticipate sometime in the near future that we'll get there.
It's been very long since we recorded. I forget what happens at this part. Do we just do straight into 20 questions?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have something in mind?
yes.
Okay.
Who would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I would like you to go first because
What do you mean by
I-
that? Guessing or the thing?
I would like to guess
Okay.
yours first.
Do you not have one?
Because I don't have one
Okay.
and I don't want to like accidentally try to guess whatever mine is and then I can come up with something.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Go ahead. My thing is the dick-shaped cloud.
Is it big?
Yes.
Is it the volcano?
No.
Okay.
You.
Welcome to 2 questions.
I was gonna say you can't do that.
Okay.
You got to be confident.
That sounded very confident.
You know what? Good point. Continue.
I don't even know what you were going for.
I just mean like you need to know what it is before you just guess.
Okay.
But yeah, you made a good point.
Is it flammable?
No.
Okay. That's very unique. Most things are flammable.
I
think.
know. I had to think about it, but no.
Can you melt it? Is it meltable?
No. No.
Assume that we're at the end of the solar system and the sun is expanding and it's literally on top of the earth. Will
Okay.
it melt or catch on fire first? What do you think will happen?
No. This is a very good
No?
question. I don't really know what would happen. I don't think it would be either of those things, though.
Okay.
Well, no, I know it wouldn't. It would not be either of those things.
Is it
But I honestly don't know what would happen.
is it disintegratable?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
It's more-
It can definitely disintegrate. Yes.
Okay. Is it alive?
I don't think so. No. No.
Is it organic?
That's a wow.
This is
That's a good question. I would say. One second.
okay.
Is it cheating for me to look up things on the
Yeah,
internet?
you can like look up.
It's a very complicated question.
Okay.
What do you mean by organic?
Is it something that is a product of life? It's not just like a regular molecule. It's not made of just regular molecules you can find. It comes from life. If you find it somewhere, you're like, there is definitely life from. You can't find it on a different planet.
Oh my God. Wow, I didn't expect
What?
this to be so difficult. As always, I Googled it and I'm still not sure. So let's skip this one.
Okay. Is it made from the materials of a plant or animal?
I'm not quite sure.
Is it a mix? Like things that are.
God, I don't know enough about science. Oh no, this is a
Okay.
mistake.
Is this multiple? Is this like a group of items instead of like?
Not necessarily.
What most-
No. I would say no.
Okay.
For your brain context.
So would most people categorize this as like a singular thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You could say that thing.
Is there only one of them?
Yes. Well. Yes. Yes.
There's only one.
Kind of.
There's only one.
I'm thinking of a specific one.
Okay. There's many of its kind, but there is a specific one that I'm going for.
Yes. I'm so sorry.
It's big.
It is.
It's
Wait, okay, go back. Like we go over this every week. You always ask, is it big? And I always say that's a very subjective question.
It is a subjective question.
So big in relation to what is my question to you?
Just to a person.
To a person?
Yeah. Or
You know what? Is a car big to a person?
No, a car is normal size if it's a normal car.
Wait.
But here's the thing.
Is it bigger than it
Okay.
should be? Like
Here's-
I don't.
Here's the thing. If we're going just of its kind,
Is a semi truck big, Noah?
yes, it is big because it's a big car. And
Is a Subaru big?
a Subaru's sort of big, but it's mostly normal sized. See?
Wait,
It's easy.
is a tree big?
It depends on the tree.
Okay, is the tree house in my childhood home big?
I don't know because I haven't seen this treehouse.
So I would say in this situation, why do you care? How big
I
it
just
is?
want to know. Like, is it
It's
big?
it's a stupid question and I hate you.
You just have to be subjective. It's a subjective question and just give a subjective answer.
I would say it's big, but it just depends on how you're
Yeah.
looking at it.
Like, is a chumby cat big? I would say
Is
so.
Bone Bone big?
Bone. I mean,
See?
the
It's
thing
not a
about
simple
Bone
question.
is that
It's he's
Bone Bone could be an illusion.
But
It
is he
could be
big
all
though?
fluff.
But is he big?
I can't prove that he's big.
Okay, before we get into an actual fight about
Yeah.
Bone Bone, and can we just continue with the game?
Okay. Is it round?
Kind of.
Is it lumpy?
Yeah, I would say that.
It's a little lumpy. Is lumpy not the most accurate word for its texture?
I guess 50-50.
If I said blank has a lumpy texture, and then would it be,
that
would you be
that would
like,
not be weird. That wouldn't be weird.
it wouldn't be weird. Is it watery?
Yeah.
Is it liquid? Liquid.
Well, technically, no.
Liquid. Is it gaseous?
Yeah.
Is it a cloud? Is it a cloud? Is it technically a cloud? Is it a specific cloud?
Yes.
Is it Dick Cloud?
Yes. Hey, Noah, is a cloud organic?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's like, it doesn't come from like an organism.
Is water organic, Noah?
It's not.
Are you sure?
Water's like it's like,
The definition of organic is like made of carbon, and like water.
I didn't know that it was made of carbon. I was thinking organic is like this came from
Stephanie,
A
don't
life form.
interact.
my personal definition of organic is like came from plant or animal or something like that.
Why do we always get into chemistry every fucking episode? And like one of our religious listeners happens to be a chemistry expert.
She's religious?
To us, yes, of course.
Okay.
The Church of Aang. We've already been over this.
We need to have
She comes weekly to the Church of Aang.
we gotta have like a lifeline segment or something.
That's true.
Yeah, I would say yeah, it's just hydrogen and oxygen and stuff. It's gotta be a lot of it out there. There's clouds on Venus.
Girls go to Venus, get more Venus.
The
Sorry, that just
Jupiter is like made of clouds. I don't
girls
think
go to
there's
Jupiter to
organic
get more
stuff.
I almost said the bad thing.
Okay,
Do you want to move on to our next segment?
my thing.
Oh yeah, that the next segment of this second half of this segment.
Okay,
Is it?
hang on. I got to think of one because
Oh, I forgot
it was
you
going to
didn't
be
have
a
anything.
cloud.
Oh no.
My thing is the flower necklace that Aang makes for Katara.
Is it alive?
I don't think so, no.
Is it tangible?
Yes,
Is it something that exists in the real world?
it technically could.
Is it made out of rocks?
No,
Cross that off. Did it used to be alive?
some of it, yes.
Is it something that we see Aang touch in this episode?
Yes,
He doesn't touch a lot.
you're right. He's very hands-off, very polite.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, except Aang is polite the cat.
It's the same show.
The same show
Yeah, it's the same show,
as.
what we're watching.
Oh, I thought you meant like.
There's no difference.
I thought you meant like Avatar and the show of Polite the cat are both the same. I was like, where is this show and how do I watch
You
it?
don't know that the cat's from Polite the Cat, the show?
You know what my favorite cat show is?
Catface.
Cheese Sweet Home.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking
I was
show.
thinking it was Cheese Sweet Home.
Wait, what
and
did I
Hella
say?
Jeff. I thought you said Cheese Sweet Home.
Yeah.
And I thought you meant like the cheese, as
Oh,
in a
like
block of milk.
CHESE.
Cheese, sweet home,
And hellish.
and hella apartment.
Love that. No. Chi, CHI''S.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet the home.
Get out of here, Cat Scratch.
No idea what you're talking about.
The Nickelodeon show Cat Scratch.
Cat Dog? Cartoon Network.
Cartoons, animation, TV shows, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Persona 5.
My Podcabbages, 20 questions.
Me,
Summer
Summergeist.
and Noah. Noah has something in mind.
Okay, here we are.
What is it? Ask me a question.
I feel like I just had like one of those like movie moments where it just like zooms out to like the planet Earth and then zooms back into like a molecule, and here we are. Is it a cell phone? I take that back. That's just what popped into my head, and I know that's not right. Oh. As far as I know, there's only one thing he touches in this episode, actually.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
So I feel like I already know what it is.
What is it?
Is it the Book of Cloud stuff?
No.
Oh, I guess he touches it a little more.
Got little grabby hands.
Like that squirrel. Is it something that he has with him in more than one episode?
I think it's just this episode.
Okay. Does he only have it for a moment?
I think so. Yeah.
Is it the flower on the top of the volcano? The Chekhov's rare panda lily?
No.
Oh. Wow, he does hold some things.
Yeah, he's holding some stuff.
And that would have fit the criteria of once being alive.
Yes.
Until he plucked it.
Literally, he dropped it into the volcano.
He killed it. Also, something I saw in the wiki about that is that it was a flower, and then like the instant it touches the lava, it like becomes like CGI fire or something.
I did kind of notice that.
Okay, I would have to rewatch it to see exactly what it was like under the goofs tabs.
Less of a goof and more of a bad effect.
Check out this goof. Holding things. Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
You know it.
I know it.
You know it.
I think I always forget about the first 5 minutes of this episode.
Yeah.
Wait, now that I'm thinking about it, there are like a couple more things it could be.
Yeah.
Is it the umbrella?
No.
Is it the fishing line?
No.
Holy shit. So many things. But you did seem to acknowledge that it was in the first 5 minutes of the episode.
It could be.
Could be. Okay.
Could be in the last 5 minutes.
Why didn't you stop me immediately when I said that then?
I just don't want to stop you.
Ever.
Everything's
Such
possible.
a good friend. I don't think Aang holds anything in the last 5 minutes. You're giving it away. I know he holds the reins of Appa, but he does that like every week. So
Yeah.
Not that. Can't be his glider. Is it the air that Aang grabs?
No.
Aang's got grabby hands.
Yeah.
This is the episode of Aang's grabby hands. He holds a lot, actually. Let's count them up. We got the fishing line. We got the umbrella and the package that it was in. We got, he does hold the bean curd puffs like in the bowl for a half a second before he gives them to Sokka, I think. He holds a bone. He holds...
Bone?
Can you not? Do you have to do that right now? Can't you do that on your off time, your downtime? When you've got some free time? Although that is very satisfying to look at, even from here. Thanks. He holds the bone. He holds... I was going to say something that was not appropriate for a child. I was going to say... I think the reason our show is so clean is because it's about kids, but then I remembered The Secret Life of the American Teenager and the podcast Jerking It, which the title is already going too far.
Have you heard of the show Jerking It?
This is Old Man Noah
advertising podcast.
This is Old Man Noah on Death Blart in 2037 advertising Noise Space podcast.
Have you heard of Henry Kissinger as a Pokemon?
What does Aang hold other than me, dear to his heart? Other than the audience's attention?
You got it. It's my attention.
You said it was tangible.
It's tangible.
Okay.
That's how attentive I am.
Used to be alive. Parts of it may have used to be alive. So my heart.
Oh.
fits all the other criteria. Is it edible? Like, would it be something
It's not
that you'd be surprised to find on your dinner plate?
It's not something.
Is it
Yeah.
something Sokka would eat intentionally?
Maybe as like.
Not as a dare or anything, but like it's there on the table. He picks it up and eats it.
It's not something that he would salivate over, but it's something I feel like he could eat out of anger. Maybe.
What? Is this something that can be worn?
Yes.
Oh, it's an item of clothing?
Sort of.
Interesting. Is it the necklace that he makes for Katara?
Yes.
Oh! You seemed so calm when I mentioned the fishing line.
Yes.
And
I got a
then
poker face.
You extremely tried to navigate me away from the first
I
5
did.
minutes. So why did you do that? It's not a challenge. It's just a game.
It is a challenge. It's a game. Should we get into the questions from the forum?
So we are doing things a little bit differently
Ooh.
starting in this episode because
Mhm.
I have taken it upon myself to do most of the. Sorry, Noah, you're valid and you're very important, but I was doing a lot of the work for like research and whatnot. So Noah is going to start taking over the questions, and I am so nervous
Yeah.
to hear the questions that he has dug up. But
yeah.
go ahead and you can take it now.
I
Noah.
found quite a few because I just read all of the things for the entire episode.
Of course you did.
I don't know. How do you do it? Because I just went to the most recent thing, and I just went up to like maybe like 2010. It feels a little too recent.
Yeah. What I do is I go to the Wayback Machine, find the oldest possible page, and go to the oldest like episode specific forums that I can find.
Okay.
So I try to find the oldest stuff.
These still date back to like 2006.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good. I just can't wait to hear your questions because I've never gone into our podcast without knowing what was about to come, except for like cabbages, I guess.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Go ahead.
It's quite a few, so don't feel the need to like dwell on them
All
a
right,
lot.
it's speed round.
Okay. User Avatar Mora asks.
Oh, did you make sure to write down if they were banned users?
I did.
Oh, nice.
There's
okay.
There's one in here.
Awesome.
User Avatar Mora asks, what does floozy mean?
Ooh, floozy. That's a good question. I think
Yeah.
it depends on the interpretation. It's kind of subjective. I think the like overall mood around the word floozy is kind of like slut.
Mm-hmm.
In a derogatory way, which sucks. But
It's-
like, I guess it's like the crap version of shit. It is. Yeah.
This is probably one of the worst things I've ever done in my life.
Oh no.
I was playfully calling someone a klutz because they like dropped something and they were like my friend, and I accidentally called them a slut, not knowing what it meant. I just thought that it was like, I couldn't think of the word klutz, and I thought the slut was the same word.
Was it one of your girlfriends?
It wasn't
one. Of your female,
no,
one of your
this was like in like
lady
6th
friends?
grade or something. I didn't know what the word slut meant. and
Okay,
I-
well then that's just hilarious.
yeah.
Okay, so like, but if you had called like, especially in like the fucking 90s, early 2000s, calling one of your girlfriends a slut probably would not have gone well,
Like I
at
think,
all in any direction.
I think they like just dropped a pencil, and I was like playfully like slut, and they gave me like the weirdest look, and I was like, I feel like I don't know what this.
That is so funny.
I am very sorry.
The first time I ever spoke a curse word was in it was in 4th grade, I want to say, and it was on the bus, and I said, "It's damn hot in here."
Oh my God.
And someone like immediately, like worst nightmare situation, someone was like, "I'm going to tell your brother you said that." And I was like, "No." And then I didn't curse again until like 10th grade.
Nice.
Yeah. Bad.
Avatarspiritform.net. I don't know if that's even the right URL. There's another
I think it's just avatarspirit.net.
a user.
Did we answer their question, Floozy?
Yeah, sort of just like a
It's just you piece of shit.
yeah.
I think in this context, it's like you you did it. You stole
You
the
stole
Aang
my
out of my
heart
Mang.
puzzle.
You stole
Puzzle.
You stole my heart
Puzzle.
puzzle. Did you say heart muscle?
There's a forum user which replied to this very helpfully.
Oh.
They were kind enough to provide a link to the page for
Uh-oh.
floozy on dictionary.com.
Okay.
And it just says, a gaudily dressed, usually immoral woman, especially a sex worker. Yeah. Neat.
Okay, great.
So love to have that in our TV show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Just had to add that line at the end,
Yeah.
I guess.
I just using that, like, that's literally like saying, like, this person has sacrificed so much to support themselves and that makes them a bad person.
Mhm.
I will never understand the logic behind this derogation.
User the Ninetail asks, where did she learn a word like that?
She invented it. Mang is the first person to ever use the word
Patient
floozy.
Zero. Looney Luna asks, we're really going over like some problematic stuff today.
Exciting.
So just a forewarning for you. Looney Luna asks, in Fortune Teller, wasn't it proven that Aunt Wu was a fraud? As for Katara marrying a powerful bender, well, it could be some Earth Kingdom person. Like Toph. In parentheses, ew, squick, squick. Outer parentheses, lamau.
A squick? What is that?
Like squick.
What does that
ew,
mean?
Like,
Wait,
Yeah,
does it say squick? Like, is it written out?
It's written out squick, squick.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Like, ew, gross, squick.
Wait, is that like a funny gay?
Like a funny gay.
Okay.
More like just a gross gay. And it's like a gross gay joke.
Hey, remember 2006 where
Remember-
it was cool to be homophobic?
Remember that? Yeah.
God.
Imagine if Katara got with Toph.
Well, that's problematic to me because like Toph I know is younger than Aang. And
I thought Toph was the same age as Aang.
Wait, we went over this with Stephanie.
Toph is like 12.
Fuck.
Did we?
Yes, we did. Because I
Okay.
said, are they the same age as Aang? And we were like not sure about it. And then we looked it
Okay.
up and I don't remember.
I think Toph is like 12.
Okay.
There's a 2-year age gap. But yeah,
Wait, what? Isn't Aang 11?
Aang's 12, 112 technically.
Shit, you're
He's-
right.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't. Numbers.
Imagine if people were gay in the Avatar universe.
Imagine that. That would be
That
squick,
would
squick.
be weird. Squick. Ew, squick, squick, lamau. That'll never happen.
Is that how you pronounce that? Lamau?
Lamau.
I say lameo.
Lameo?
Lameo.
Lameo.
I don't know why. It's sort of like a
Can you lameo
condiment.
these papers for me?
Wait, what?
Like a laminate.
Okay.
Can you lameo these papers? It's lameonated. Band user.
Ooh.
Zeros with an X.
Okay.
Zyros.
Xerox?
Ross,
Got it.
Zeros asks. Wait, did we even answer that question? The original question was, in Fortune Teller, wasn't it proven that Aunt Wu was a fraud?
Oh.
No. She was right about everything.
Yeah, she technically got everything right that we saw.
The only thing that was wrong is that people were treating it as if people were reacting to it weirdly.
Well, I don't know. I have very mixed feelings because
Like there was a person,
nobody, technically it all worked out. Like nobody did anything wrong really. Like I still think like it's not great to have, that kind of faith in anything ever.
Yeah,
Even scientists don't trust science that much,
Yeah.
which is like just objective truth. They always, like allow the possibility that their calculations
Yeah.
are not correct or whatever. But it did all work out.
Yeah,
and-
one of the things was like there was a guy that he was like, you would be wearing these shoes when you meet your true love. And it's like, you don't have to wear these shoes every day because you're just going to meet your true love. Like if it wouldn't,
but like
it would happen faster technically.
It's definitely gonna come and it's definitely gonna come true.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough. You squick squick. Lamau.
Squick.
God, every time I say that word, it's worse. Band user.
It does sound like a very bad word. Like
Yes.
a word that I feel dirty for saying.
Yes. Band user Zyros. Xerox asks, is it me or did
Yes.
Aang use...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I'm me. Is it me or did Aang use a combination of air and water bending to cool the oncoming lava flow? Since last I checked,
Why did he
can't-
start this
No.
like it was going to be an opinion? Okay, sorry.
Is it me or did Aang use a combination of air and water bending to cool the oncoming lava flow? Since last I checked, air can't freeze lava.
No, it's not. That's not what's happening here.
What's happening here?
He's not freezing the lava.
Mhm.
He's just cooling it down to rock temperature, which is what it is already.
Can air do that?
I mean, it's like,
Isn't it the thing when you blow on a big fire, it gets hotter?
no, it's because it's not fire. It's not fire.
When you blow on a hot thing, it gets hotter.
Really? So have you ever blown on your soup? Did it
Have
get
you-
hotter, Noah?
But like on a flaming thing.
It's not flaming. Lava is not flaming.
Hmm.
It's just hot.
Okay.
So no, they're wrong. Is the thing.
Yeah.
If you cool something down, if you cool lava down,
Hmm.
it will harden, and that's what he did. He inhaled what I have to assume was a lot of cold air.
Why is it then when you literally fan flames, they get bigger and hotter?
Because fire feeds on oxygen, but lava's not fire. It
How do you-
can create fire, but it's not fire.
Thanks for visiting us on science side of My Podcabbages.
Yeah.
Yet again.
Neither of us have any like science education outside of like, well, I do technically, but not like actual science, just computer science.
The best way to do science is just guess and opinionate things.
That's how science is done.
Yeah.
You hypothesize and then that's it.
That's just, oops, all hypotheses. User Heavy Kakasi replied, actually, cold air can cool lava into Earth.
There you go. That's what I was saying.
Fire 16 asks, would Zuko be considered a powerful bender?
I was thinking this. I actually had this same question, like watching this episode. I was like, because like, could Katara potentially translate this into like, if she was thinking about all of the people in her life, because
Yeah.
she can narrow it down like fucking Guess Who style.
Yeah.
All right, it's not Sokka. I mean, he's my brother.
Yeah.
So that one's already down. But then, man, there's not a lot of people, and Katara does not have that many friends.
Yeah.
Interesting. She can put down a lot of faces just because she doesn't know them. There are a lot of people in the world.
It can't be Jet.
Can't be Jet. Jet does not. Yeah, that's
He's
true.
not a bender.
Jet is not a bender. And anyone in the little Jet crew,
There's Haru.
Haru. Yeah,
Like
I guess
he certainly can
sort
bend.
of had a
okay.
thing, but he was not a powerful bender. He was
Yeah.
like learning it.
Hmm.
I guess he could eventually become a powerful bender. But then we have Zuko,
Yeah.
who's definitely a much more powerful bender than
Yeah.
Haru.
I think Zuko's a very good bender.
He is powerful and he is a bender.
Zuko is powerful. He is a bender.
I don't think he's a
I don't
powerful
think
bender.
he's not a powerful bender, which is why I really, really like Zuko because
That's
he's not
true, yeah.
he's not naturally talented. He's just a very hardworking person and he's very
That's a good
dedicated.
point. But he has so much
Like
incredible passion.
He's
and
got he's got a lot of skills and stuff. Like he's not more powerful than all these people.
I love this emo bitch.
I love that he's technically very weak, but he still manages to like really contest people and stuff.
Yeah, he's very confident. He's very he just has that powerful mouth feel.
Like he's really good with swords and he's willing to walk through
Yeah.
a bunch of
So
like
here's the
ice
thing.
and snow and stuff.
He is talented in a few ways.
Yeah.
But the thing is, bending is not one of them.
Yeah. He's a powerful person.
He's a powerful person. He is a bender.
Yeah.
He's not a powerful bender.
Helm Hammer
Okay.
asks, okay, maybe romance and sugar isn't your thing. You have to appreciate the humor, right?
Which humor?
In this episode?
The humor in this episode. Let me just consult with my notes to figure out where the jokes are. There is the funny joke of gay. Wait, that was...
Wait, no, that wasn't
was-
from the episode.
No.
The funny joke of slut shaming.
Eesh.
I mean, floozy shaming.
There's the funny joke of geese. I like that one.
I like the funny joke of geese.
I like the geese joke.
What about the funny joke of Sokka hits something and then it does a metaphorical boomerang back to him and then Sokka gets hurt?
I do have a funny, interesting fact about that, actually.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't write it down. I didn't write down a whole lot of fun facts for this episode, but give me 2 seconds and I will find it. When Sokka kicks a pebble and it bounces off a nearby sign, hitting him in the head, the Chinese character on the sign reads kanji symbol.
Reads kanji symbol.
Isn't that funny?
Haha.
This symbol roughly means a good blessing. So
That's
yeah,
good.
it is funny.
That is, I think that's funny.
I think it's especially it's funnier because Aunt Wu was like, you will be suffering for your whole life, self-inflicted. And for the rest of the episode, he is literally just accidentally causing himself pain. So
it's good.
it is. The humor there does work. I don't care for the humor of you're all idiots.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm better and smarter. That humor
I am the science man.
doesn't work for me. I will say the one thing, when I was a kid, the line of can your science explain why it rains? And then Sokka freaking out yes, it can. That one did get me very strongly when I was a kid.
Yes.
That one was so funny to me as a child that it stuck out to me years and years later. So
yeah, I got a lot of the people in the forums. Love that. Mega Man. This person got the username Mega Man.
nice.
Mega Man himself asks, reflecting back on this episode, is Aang more than Ruko?
Is Aang reflecting back on this episode, is Aang more than
Ruko.
Ruko? And that's where the question mark was placed.
Yes.
Okay.
Ruko, question mark.
Is Aang more than... I'm
reflecting
so glad
back on this episode.
I'm so glad that I have redelegated the task of questions to you because I did not have such... This is just like when we went to a thrift store with Stephanie and she found literally 5 Pokemon items despite never finding Pokemon items in thrift stores ever. Is Aang... What was it? Is Aang
more than Ruko?
Is it a more than symbol or is it the words more than?
The words more than.
I have to assume that they're asking if Aang is a better bender. And then I have to wonder, were they considering Ruko, the dead avatar, who does not exist because his name is Roku, a candidate for Katara's bachelor experience?
Through the context in the later posts, it is Roku, but they do continue to call them Ruko.
Oh no.
There's
no.
There's a later episode where we do see Roku try. He gets his little take on trying to stop a volcano, and he doesn't seem to be as good as Aang.
Okay, but
as successful.
We know that this volcano is 3 feet tall.
Yes, it's a tiny one. You can climb up and.
And the other thing is Ruko did master all 4 elements.
Yeah.
So objectively, Ruko is much more than.
Yeah.
Much greater than.
Final question. Mega Man, again, asks.
Curious boy.
If Katara marries Aang.
Okay.
Does that mean she is first lady for the planet?
What? Who let this person on the internet? What?
If Katara marries Aang, does... Wait, I read that wrong. If Katara marries Aang, does that mean she is first lady for the planet?
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
Wait, no. If Katara marries Aang, does that mean she is first lady for the planet?
Well, we do know that redacted. And we do know that redacted.
And redacted.
And redacted.
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 So
redacted.
Redacted. I did genuinely believe at one point that the Pope was the ultimate authority of the world.
Is he not?
Sort of like over like the president.
Is he not?
He could be. Like you got the president, but the president only answers to the Pope.
And the Pope answers to God. And then God answers to me.
Yeah, answers you.
Yeah.
What's a Pope to a summer? What's a president to a Pope? What's a Pope to a God? What's a God to summer?
Yeah, exactly.
My wife, who I love very much.
My wife.
So I believe that. I wasn't even Catholic. We're at the end of the episode now.
Of our episode?
We're in the home stretch.
We're about to wrap it up. I think there's only one question, really, when you think about it.
Only one question ever. The ultimate question.
I mean, one left.
Doctor who?
You mean Doctor what?
Doctor.
Oh.
I don't know is on third.
Oh,
call back.
What are your cabbages?
My hunger's at like 8 or 9 out of 10 right now. Comfort, also maybe like 8 or 9 out of 10. This isn't the softest chair. At least I can lean back. Bladder, 10 out of 10. I just use a bathroom. We edit this show in case you don't know. I do leave to use a bathroom. Energy, maybe like 2 or 3 out of 10. It is like almost midnight right now. Fun, 10 out of 10. I love to be with you. Social, maybe 9 or 10 out of 10. I am very socialized today. Hygiene, 2 out of 10 or something. I feel like I haven't showered. I think I showered like yesterday, but it feels like that I haven't showered in a while. I just feel.
What about those? Have you showered your teethies?
Not recently. That's another thing. And my nails are like kind of long and stuff.
Okay.
Environment, maybe like 6 or 7 out of 10. I feel like there's some cleaning to be done. There's some dishes in the sink. There's flies over our trash can.
You can't part the kimono this much.
What about you? What are your cabbages?
I was able to quickly write down all of the words that you just said.
Okay.
Hunger, 10 out of 10. I'm great. Perfect. Couldn't be better. Comfort, 9 out of 10. I'm just always slightly uncomfortable, even if I'm perfectly comfortable. Bladder, great. Perfect. Do I even have a bladder? Who knows? Energy.
Just goes straight through.
Or it just goes and just goes into my toes. Goes toes. There we
hydrates.
We got that rhyme in there at the very end. Energy, I'll say 4 out of 10. It's getting pretty late. Fun? I don't remember what you said because this is where I started like open up my app just so I could quickly write down the words that you were using. But I think you said something about me and how much you love me. And I agree. It's just so nice to hang out with you. 11 out of 10. Having a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Having a lot of fun tonight. Social? You know what? Social is a 3 out of 10.
You feel like you could socialize some more?
Because...
Feeling a little lonely?
Yeah, because we just hung out with friends a few days ago, and it was extremely fun. And it's making me realize how much I like hanging out with friends.
And how much we don't have friends in the place that we live.
We've spent so much time with each other, we have neglected having other social relationships. As one does. Hygiene? Who thinks about those kinds of things in 2019?
Who thinks about hygiene?
2019 is the year of
not showering.
Of not showering, not brushing. No. I do think I showered yesterday. The other thing is, I just recently got my hair like bleached and toned, and anyone who does this regularly knows that showering is a nightmare. So it was either yesterday or the day before, and as a bleach and toner, I do feel like that is above and beyond because of how painful it is to try to gently wash my hair. And I wish this episode were sponsored by Curology, but Curology does keep me so beautiful and healthy, hygiene-wise, skin-wise. Skin. Environment? Feeling pretty good. Noah always, okay, you guys, this is so sweet. I'm sorry to just say this on main while Noah's sitting right here, but every time I go to work or just leave the house for an hour, which I don't do very often unless I'm going to work, but when I come back, the house is always extremely clean.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I really genuinely appreciate, like, holy shit, like, it's good. That's, no one can ever, no. I was going to say no one can ever expect anything else from their partner, but like, this is just like the, women be really searching. Women have their bars so fucking low. You're a good boy. Thanks. Thanks.
And he knows how to turn on a vacuum.
And he can vacuum. And he got vacuums. This is the episode, like, we're here in 2019, the year of love. And this is the episode where I finally declare that I'm in love with my husband.
Oh.
Hey, did you know that you can follow me on Twitter at Stellar Ghost? Whoa!
I didn't know that. I should start following you.
Wouldn't it be nice if you followed me on Twitter? You can also follow...
Maybe sometime later.
Someday. Fucking Noah is so bad at social media. We won't get into this. Right after I declare my love for you. My undying... Okay. Tumblr, Interstellar Princess.
What's Tumblr?
That's a great question. Tumblr did actually make it through the purge somehow. Yeah. We're still here.
We're still here.
There are a lot of logistics.
I did lose like 100 followers.
Oh no.
But
what's 100 followers to a 7,000 follower king?
I'm pretty sure they were all porn bots.
That's valid. I would rather not have them around.
I'm very shocked when I have a new follower and it's not a porn bot. It's like, ooh, a real person.
There's another person on Tumblr. Someone just logged in.
Humans on Tumblr?
The other thing I want to say, wait, first, you can also follow my art blog on Tumblr at Summer Art or just summergeist.art. I do need to make sure that I'm like, I feel like I haven't checked to see if I'm keeping up to date with my like subscription to my domain, but
oh yeah,
surely that's fine. The other thing I'm gonna start promoting is my Instagram, I guess.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, I'm posting so much online.
Yeah.
I feel like I post everything everywhere. I'm not sure what the deal is. This is just us. Like, our podcast is a way for us to catalog what is happening to the internet. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but you can follow me on Instagram at Sailor Sun, like Sailor Moon, but sun instead.
That's a good URL.
It's not a URL, but it's a good username. But the thing is about having good usernames that you get emails once a day asking to reset your password, and I fucking hate that part. You can also support my various creative endeavors on Patreon, patreon.com/summergeist. Shout out to I did just recently get a new subscriber. So actually, you know what? I appreciate it so much. I don't even know if you listen to the podcast, but I am going to give you a full name shout out because I appreciate it.
Nice. Exclusive, one time only.
Genuinely appreciate your support. So I do want to make sure, just in case you listen, I want to make sure that you are appreciated. Jane, I don't want to dox you, but Jane, really appreciate the support. And welcome to the resistance. What about you, Noah?
You can find me at owldude.tumblr.com. That's just my normal Tumblr blogging where I might reblog something maybe like once every couple weeks.
Noah
you can
so
find
bad
me
at
on
online.
Twitter,
Sorry,
which
go
I'm
ahead.
like a little bit more active.
Barely.
And it's also owldude, same thing. I also do music. I post my music on my Twitter too sometimes. My music Tumblr is noahdoesmusic.tumblr.com. Or you can find me at Bandcamp, which is noahgeist.bandcamp.com. And most importantly, find my dad who makes marmalade. And
wait, your dad makes the marmalade?
My dad makes the marmalade.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. My dad sends me marmalade every Christmas.
He's
from Florida. I'm from Florida. My family's from Florida, and he sends
there are
me
oranges everywhere. They just appear in places you don't want them to be.
He sends me orange marmalade every Christmas, and I really like it. It's very good, and I eat all of it. And it's
this year you sure did
with a spoon. And see if you can find him. I can't find him online, but if you can track down Greg Geist.
Whoa! Don't full name your dad.
If you want to buy his marmalade, I don't know. He doesn't have a business website or anything. But shout out to my dad who sends me marmalade.
Thanks, Dad.
I really enjoy it.
It is actually very good.
It's like fresh.
It's good, but like the thing is, it has a good aftertaste. Which
it has a good aftertaste.
Personally, an aftertaste to me is as important, if not more important, than the actual flavor of a thing. So
yeah, and it's got those good rinds. In them. Yeah,
it does
got
have
the rinds.
I'm not a fan of rinds.
I like the rinds because it makes it less sweet, a little bitter.
But then if you take a bite of your toast and there's a rind in the middle of your bite,
I like the crunch.
You have to bite through it though. Otherwise,
I like to bite through the crunch.
Okay.
What else is crunch than biting through?
We can argue about this later.
Shout out to Noisepace.
Oh, wait, no, start over. Wait, hang on. I almost forgot to say, if you do support my Patreon at this moment, I have a lot of things I'm like currently in the middle of. I forgot to say, I don't know how I forgot to say this, but if you do support my Patreon, there's a lot of fun stuff. There is also, at the moment, a exclusive access, $1 and up Patreon supporter exclusive.
You only have to pay $1.
Just $1. And then you have unlimited access to my most recent Patreon post, Titty Window Sonic, the Sonic everybody has been waiting for, where you don't just get the chest, you get the nipples too. So I would encourage you, if you're curious, go ahead and just throw me $1. And then you can see that.
You can see the Sonic, please.
Like my other supporters already have access to. Highly recommended.
I highly recommend this too. I am a patron of Summer.
No, you're not. Well, kind of. Just by...
I pay for half of your utilities.
Shh. You also pay me in love, and that's more important than
anything. Clean your home for you.
Noah exclusively cleans the home while I'm away just so he can see Titty Window Sonic.
I only clean the home so I don't have to pay $1 every month to join your Patreon.
And you know what? I'll take that too. If you want to come to my home and clean, I will also accept that as payment.
Most importantly, follow me home.
No! Hey, the other thing I want to say is check out noisepace.xyz. I tried to morph that into a Canadian Americanism.
XYZ.
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 XYZ. That's not bad. There's so many good podcasts on our network. Today, I'm going to recommend... Someone just recommended something to me. Didn't Matt just recommend us something? Oh, I have a good one.
Okay.
Today, I'm going to recommend... Ooh, got a bubble in my throat. Today, I would like to recommend Giants Confirmed, because it's a good podcast. I had no fucking idea what They Might Be Giants, the band, as a concept. I didn't know anything about them. I just assumed it was like a sort of Imagine Dragons sort of... Just like a band.
Fall Out Boy, sort of just, we sing about our feelings.
We just sing and we play music. And there's some of us and we're dudes and nothing else. But there's a lot more to the band than I thought there was. And Giants Confirmed podcast is a fun listen.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the band, highly recommended. If you're not, highly recommended, because I learned so much and I had so much fun listening.
Here's one of the fun things about the podcast is that there's only like 2 episodes right now.
There are only 2 episodes.
This is not an intimidating podcast to get into.
It's so easy.
You could just subscribe and then just forget about it. And it's fine because you don't have to get that anxiety of listening to like 1 billion episodes, which if you're listening to from the future, we might have 1 billion episodes right now.
Stop with this future talk. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for hosting us
and letting us hang out with you.
Yeah, just generally a good week overall. Oh, that is another thing I should mention. We recorded this episode all in one go, extremely late because we had already been working on it for so fucking long.
Yeah.
And it was getting to the point, it was just kind of ridiculous. Like, I didn't remember anything we were working on, nothing. Yeah, it was just not going to work out. So we just decided to re-record, starting over, start from the beginning, do it all in one go. And here we are. I'm just saying words now. So yeah, like genuine thanks for your patience with us getting this episode out. I know it's been 1 week, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, maybe.
That was supposed to be a funny It's Been joke.
Since you podcast me.
But here we are, and it's the new year, and hopefully we'll be doing our best to get these out weekly now. This is the part where we talk about fucking vegetables.
Vegetable time.
Vegetable time.
How'd you like that fried zucchini?
Oh my God. So we went to Carl's Jr. today to get those the burgers, the vegan burgers that they have. Wait, Carl's Jr.? Is that right?
Carl's Jr.
Okay.
Wow, this just came to me. The first person that I knew was vegan worked at a Carl's Jr. and I was like, wow, that's got to be a weird job to have to just be at a meaty place all the time. But now they have vegan options, which is weird.
The first person I knew who was vegan was on Tumblr, and I don't know what they're up to now. There's my fun story about being vegan. The burger was okay. It was a burger.
It was a burger.
I think I could make a better burger. They did have fries that were pretty good. And they had fried zucchini. My thing is, whatever we ate, we did try our best to customize our order to be as vegan as possible. I don't think it was vegan.
Yeah.
Because I did feel extremely sick after eating it.
It could just be that it was all covered in oil.
Yeah. My thing is that I did not enjoy the meal as much as I wish I had. But we make good burgers at home. Shout out to cooking at home. It's hard, but when you do it, it's rewarding.
That's why we're sponsored by HelloFresh.
No! Don't offer any advertising.
I'm going to do reverse advertising.
Hey. Fuck HelloFresh.
Hey, if you ever want to make a website, just type it in. Type in the HTML yourself.
Just fucking make
the website. Just do it. Don't be lazy. Don't pay money every month to have a nicely designed website.
Can I say
that you
one
don't
more
have to
thing
worry about
websites?
What?
Cabbage.
What? Wait, that's
cabbage.
It? Is that it?
Cabbage.
You're really like throwing me off the rail, off my rails.
I was just trying to tie it back to cabbage, and I think we did it successfully without any awkward transitions at all.
It was not awkward at all.
It was perfectly fluent.
You ever want to have pre-portioned ingredients sent to you in a box? Don't. Just pre-portion it yourself.
I'm sorry. I just did something that I was trying not to do all night, which is just
chew on the microphone.
Just bite the microphone.
Microphones.
It's just so squishy looking. I couldn't help myself.
It looks like a cake.
I did bite it. I bited it.
Oh, that's satisfying.
It's extremely satisfying. Hey, do you think we should end the episode?
Cabbage.
Anyway, this chill guy apparently just recently visited Aunt Woo.
Aunt who?
I just had to force that laughter because I was waiting for you to say that.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me.
Okay, let me take that again because it deserves a good delivery. Apparently, shit. Now this feels so scripted all of a sudden.
It's okay. It's our stand-up routine.
Apparently, this guy recently visited this. Why am I suddenly John Mulaney? No. You had to say stand-up, and now I'm all confused.
Now I'm having visions of being on a stage, and I'm wearing a suit.
Apparently, this guy recently... Shit, I just keep saying things twice.
Yeah.
Let's be normal.
Let's be normal.
Shit, let's
Shit,
be
let's be
normal.
normal.
If that ain't a mood.